Okay, so this is an experiment. It may not work. I'm not changing the betting strategy. I'm trying to change my verbal diarrhea. +1 for the win. +1 for the win. Repeat it. Double down. Oh dear. 3, 4. Second. 7, 8. Third. Oh dear. 15, 16. So that's 1.5, 2, drop. Two, 2. Two, 2. 1, 2. Three, 4. That shot us ahead. Back to the minimum. +1 for the tie. +1 for the win. +1 for the win. Can't even remember if that was the right bet, actually. That's impossible, isn't it? Obviously the wrong bet. 2, 3, second. 5, 6, third. Okie dokie. I don't think that's right. I think we were at 1600 already, weren't we? I think I better repeat that. I think I cocked it up. I think that's right now. I only know when I go back through the videos, which is awkward. +1 for the win. +1 for the win. Repeat. 2, 3, second. I like that one. Back to the minimum. Double for the tie. Plus max. Do it again. Bugger. Do it again. Do it again. Okay, the next one of these we lose, we eat. Back to the minimum. +1. 1, 2, second. Good enough. 51 second, 2 3 third. Good enough. Coffee break. Well, it's kind of lukewarm, as my old auntie used to say. Rather disgusting, really. What happened? What was that about? +1 for the win. +1. I think this is a player shoe myself. +1. Plus max. Oh. Oh. Okay. Next plus max we lose, we eat. That would be it. Back to the men. Should have stuck it out. One, 2 third, I think. Not sure though. 1, 2, 5, 5, 4, drop. We got 2 there, so we'll call it 3, 4. We'll take that. I have to keep looking this bloody thing up when I've been playing this game for donkey's years. And yet I forget. And what would that have given him? That would have given him, if I hadn't taken that, that would have given him 20. So yeah, I see the point of that. Alright, where am I? Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Bugger. Double for the tie. I think we're going to end the shoe in a second. Hate this. Okay. We lost 1. So that's 51 second. 2, 3 third. So at the end of the first shoe, we're plus 3,975. Can we call that 4,000? And the first bet on the new shoe is 2, 3. Shuffles, ignore. They do not matter. 2, 3. Third. 5, 3. Drop. Oh, you pig. No, we don't. No, we're dropping, so we just soldier on. Okay, 7, 3. 8, 3. 9, 3. Bloody hell, 10, 3. 10-3. $11-3. Again? 11-3. 12-3. Finally. 10-3, because we got 2 for that. $10-3, we made 6, so that makes it 4-5 next time. And we got that. Didn't win much for our 900, but we won. Minimum. +1 for the win. Sorry, I lost it there. I went off into a little dream zone. What was that? 51? 2-3 third. Well, that worked out. Minimum. $51 second. $2-3 third. 5-3 drop. $6-3. 6-3 it is. That was our win trigger. 9-6. Oh, nicely done. 3-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we are. Now at 5,000. Quite a lot of cards left. Like 3 decks. Double for the loss. 1-2 third. We're out. Uh, 1-2 second. Two, 3. That worked. Double for the loss. Repeat. Back to the minimum. +1 for the win. +1. Keep busting, Wiz. Oh, you messed it up there, didn't you? That's a repeat. That's a double. Lucky one. Well, deserved actually. Minimum. That's a repeat. Split 'em. Double it. Double it. Oh, that did not work out. 2-3 second. Oh dear. Always remember, if you double down, that's the new bet value. So, you know, you don't do the single thing. It's the full amount of the bet. So if you end up losing 4 like I just did, then you have to take that into account. 5-6, I think, third. 11-6 drop. That's a bugger, isn't it? 9-6. The drop doesn't always work, but when it works, it really works. And that was good. Getting lower now. +1 for the tie. I will stand on that. +1 for the win. +1 for the win. Plus max 5 units. Well, that was a tidy one, wasn't it? So we repeat that. This is definitely a player set. It's kind of crazy, really. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. If we lose this one, even the double, we will. What's going on with you, wizard? All of a sudden you're coming all the way down to 2 decks. Well, that's it. 7,525 in 2 shoes and 17 minutes. When I play these through, I know this is going to be a very, very pro player sample. But you know what? That's the game. That happens. It's the only time those crazy clowns on YouTube win, is when they win more often than they lose. So this was, let's dedicate this to Mr. Handpay, to Jason. This is his kind of session. He'd make a lot of money out of this and strut away from the table as if he was king of the hill, which of course, if you've got the house's money in your pocket, you are. Trouble is, he's so many tens of thousands behind right now that it's barely credible. Since 15th of March, actually, he's ahead, but overall he's hundreds of thousands in the hole. Anyway, seems like a really great guy, I must say, but he's doing a bad thing. When I say that, perhaps I should explain that. What I mean by that is quite simply that he is a Pied Piper. He's bringing more suckers into the casinos, and that is the only reason they sponsor him, the only reason they let him film. And when people say there are just too many people with phones and cameras now and the casinos couldn't put a stop to it, yes, they could, very easily. Okay, sorry, I'm sort of laughing a bit at this particular analysis, because the final result is in fact less than the Wiz reported for me. He said that me and the mouse in my pocket won 7,550, and I've got it at 7,175. But I'm not going to sweat it, because whichever. We're looking at a nearly 32% hold of total action. A random better like Jason or Vegas Matt or one of those other guys, NG Slots, whatever, would have to make a total ass of himself to lose against this particular set of outcomes. If you look up the top, you see that because I had so many wins, or me and the mouse had so many wins, our win over loss advantage was only 131%, or 31% to be accurate, 31% superiority. Yeah, I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, they should all be like this. But yes, the random punter, as I say, would have to behave very badly and very stupidly to lose. And if I press the random, the recalc button here, you can see that Sky Blue, which is the random punter, he's not going to lose. He might have to risk a lot more than me, but against this data set, it's just it's just hard to go wrong. Up the top, you've got the 131%. Down here, you've got the usual graphic that shows the ups and downs, the ebb and the flow, the to and ping pong, whatever, zigzag. And you can see that it's pretty much it just goes the player's way. Here you see that low bets manage to win 3,575, high bets win 3,600, and low bets were 93% and high bets were hardly needed. So that's kind of good. One thing that does take me a little bit by surprise with this set is that Dumbledown, which is my version of a martingale, does badly, and then wins if I take out the plus thing there. That's a surprise, but these games are all about surprises, aren't they? If you look at the actual value chart down here, you can see that mostly players' way. A couple of little nasty dips, and obviously one of these dips was what did in Dumbledown. Yeah, it's just all a bit odd. I much prefer it when I'm showing you an analysis where pattern betting thrashes negative expectation, and of course here the expectation was extremely positive, somewhere between 16% and 16% in our favour. Gross AV was 14.2%. That's up here in column Z and AA. Gross AV was 14.2%, player edge, and the net came out at 16.3%, which is lovely. Doesn't happen very often. And the point that I'm always making, I know I repeat myself, but I don't know who's watching what. It's just something that I have to keep saying. The whole point is that the random bettor will only win when he wins more bets than he loses. In other words, he wins more often than he loses. Because he's betting randomly, essentially over time, that is exactly the same as flat betting. And these are negative expectation games, which means that over time, the house will win more bets than the player. Now, I'm going after the sort of the house trained. I've started to call them house trained punters now. The flash and pizzazz guys on YouTube who throw money around like it's confetti or something. Because I don't think that they're being honest about what their function is in this whole game. Their function is to bring in losers. And so I guarantee you, and I talk about this a bit later on in the demo, but I guarantee you that none of them will ever adopt this particular strategy or any form of disciplined progressive betting, simply because they cannot be seen to win consistently, and they cannot be seen to be teaching other people, to potential punters, potential gamblers, to win consistently. Their job is to play their bloody flute and bring in as many losers as possible. That's why they get the sponsorships. That's why they get the, Jason in particular, he's absolutely weighed down with goodies and basks in it, and fine, that's great. But he needs to make it clear that he's not advocating the style of betting that he uses. But he won't make that clear. because his job is to bring in people who are excited at the prospect of putting their own money out on the same tables as Jason. And who knows whether these guys get their losses back? I don't know. I'm naturally suspicious because of all the years that I spent in Nevada, and I saw a lot of very peculiar goings on, which bothered me greatly. But you know, I'm I'm in awe of these guys because they are making so much money. But I think they're making their money fraudulently. I think they're misrepresenting themselves. Vegas Matt is more open about his losses than anybody else, I think. Brian Christopher is absolutely fascinating because he never seems to lose, and he talked about the hundreds of thousands that he made last year just playing slots, doing nothing else. And I'm sorry, but that's mathematically impossible. It is impossible. He might be saying to us, well, in the videos that I posted, I won, but in real life, when I wasn't filming, or when I threw away videos where I lost a shitload of money, that's another story, you know. So, you know, when he says, and I forget what the number was, but it was certainly well into six figures, that he claimed at the turn of this year, that he won last year, and I'm just sort of thinking, wait a minute, you know. I mean, I know that table games can be beaten by smart play, you know, sort of like disciplined, calculated, strategic, tactical betting, which is what I'm all about. I know that those games can be beaten, and I keep demonstrating it to you over and over again. But slot machines, no, impossible, absolutely impossible. And on some of the models, I used to post the, you know, the sort of the end of the month numbers that the Nevada Gaming Commission published, and I can tell you from that slot machines, depending on their denom, as they like to say, win the house over time somewhere between 6 and 10%. It's a lower percentage with the high roller machines, but it's still a lot. I mean, 6% is huge. When you think that blackjack has a house advantage, a built-in negative expectation of somewhat less than 1% in the house's favour, you know, that sort of 6 to 10% is boy, I mean, talk about turning the screws. Anyway, enough of that. High bets, low bets, we talked about that, didn't we? The other thing I didn't point out to you was, 22 doubles and splits were winners, 14 were losers, so that's a good high percentage in the player's favour. Hardly any naturals, just 2 player naturals. There were a bunch of dealer naturals, but you know, the money, the profit from those naturals was bugger all. You know, in the last session, the last demo, 2-shoe session against the Wizard, you know, we had some incredible naturals which paid ridiculous amounts of money, but that's the game. That's how it is. Just a quick look at this. This is the AV. Did I cover this already? Can't remember. Big drop here, then boom, 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 all for the player. Drop there, then boom, 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 all for the player. Bop, bop, you know, and you get the picture, I hope. That's what I'm trying to do, is I'm just trying to give you facts, numbers, truth, arithmetic. That's it. That's all I can do, is just keep pointing you at this stuff, and you can make your own decision about it. It's your money, your choice. But please don't be taken in by these high rollers, these professional gamblers, because they are losing a ton of money with their silly behaviour. They're sort of like, I don't know, half-wit bloody betting. They're sort of, yeah, well, no, we're going to put 6,500 on black to celebrate 650,000 subscribers or something like that. You know, I mean, that's just, it's insane. It's horrible. But they can do what they like. You know, I mean, I'm not the arbiter of that kind of thing, but I am allowed to state my opinion. I'm sorry, guys, but that's how it is. First Amendment rights and all that shit.